Carlsen now plays g5. Is the bishop in trouble? Is the bishop on e4 hanging? No, black has a brilliant intermezzo beginning with bishop a8. After bishop c5, did black just blow it? Or does he have a move in mind? Backward moves are just so hard to see. After black's next move, Magnus fought for about 1 minute and then had to resign. Black now played the amazing. This is the playoff of the Sinquefield Cup. Carlsen lost the first game on time, so he needs to win with white. Carlsen against Ding. The game began e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. We have a Spanish a6, bishop a4, knight f6 castle, bishop e7, d3, a closed Spanish, b5, bishop b3, d6, c3. Ding goes for knight a5 straight away, forcing bishop c2 and now c5. d4 already a very interesting moment in the game because it looks like Magnus has wasted a move. However, the knight is on a5 and black has not yet castled. The game continued, taking on d4 once and then castle. Already this is a very interesting decision to not need to protect e5. h3 was played. First question, what happens if d takes e5? After d takes e5, if you swap the queens off, rook takes d8, knight e5, bishop b7, and black is far ahead in development. If you play a move like f3, which is a blunder, rook a c8, and already black is taking over. You cannot play knight c3 because of b4. If you play bishop d2 attacking this knight, you could go rook takes d2, and after knight d2, rook c2, getting 2 pieces for the rook. After d takes e5, you could play knight takes e5. No need to trade queens. But here, black uses this chance to keep the queens on with queen c7. If you just move the knight back, rook d8, queen e2, bishop e6, black is so fast with his development. If you play b3 to stop bishop c4, rook c8, and black is already winning. The pressure on the c-file is too much. Back to the game, h3 was played, rook e8, and now d5. Big decision by Carlsen. He could keep it flexible with knight c3. Bishop b7, and now you could play d5, and there's a huge difference between this and the game. d5 is a bit early because now Ding does not have to waste time putting the bishop on b7. It can just go to d7 straight away. Bishop d7 played. Knight c3, queen b8. With the idea of playing rook c8 and also b4. In this position, bishop d3 was played, but knight e2, knight g3 was possible. Bishop d3. I'm not sure what the point of this move was. Putting the bishop back to d3, maybe it can go to f1, but the rook is not on e1 at the moment. Rook c8, knight e2, knight b7. Planning knight c5 to put pressure in the center, and now Carlsen plays g4, throwing his advantage away. Knight g3 was better, because after knight c5 you can go bishop c2 and the game goes on. Ding goes knight c5, winning the bishop pair. If you are enjoying the video so far, then why not like the video and subscribe to the channel at the same time. Don't forget to hit that bell to get notified each time I release a new video. Back to the game. Knight g3, knight takes d3, queen takes d3, b4. Ding wants to put a piece on b5. The bishop can go there or the queen. Rook e1, queen b5, queen d1, rook c7, preparing to double. Bishop e3, rook c8, knight d2. The point of this is now knight f5 is possible. Notice knight f5 is not possible a move ago because bishop takes f5 will win a pawn. If you play g takes, e4 will fall. If you play e takes, d5 will fall. Or you could play queen takes d5. Knight d2 prepares that, so Ding plays g6 to stop it. b3, preparing knight c4. Queen b7, after knight c4, Ding puts the other piece on b5. Switching pieces, bishop to b5, knight a5, queen b8. The position is delicately balanced. Queen d2, attacking the b4 pawn, rook c3 to block this attack, and now a3. The point of this is Carlsen needs to open the a-file. Not only does he need to win, but he also needs to save the a5 knight. For example, if you were to play a pass then bishop d8, white is in trouble. a3, take, and now knight c6. A big decision by Carlsen, disconnecting the protection of the rooks. Then calculated this correctly and went for a good exchange sacrifice. Bishop takes c6, queen takes c3. A discovery attack means black will get pawns for the sacrificed exchange. Bishop takes d5, forcing white to move the queen on a5, and now bishop takes e4, another central pawn. Perhaps this is the move Magnus missed. If he was calculating this, then maybe he thought the bishop on d5 will now move. Maybe it will go here, maybe it will come back, not grabbing another central pawn. However, Ding did grab the e4 pawn. The knight on g3 attacks the e4 bishop. Carlsen now plays g5. Is the bishop in trouble? Is the bishop on e4 hanging? No, black has a brilliant intermezzo beginning with bishop a8. What is the idea of bishop a8? Queen takes a6 was played in the game, but what if g takes f6? Queen b7, it just looks too dangerous. Checkmate on g2. But can white get out of it? King f1, queen g2 check, king e2, queen f3 check, king f1, queen g2 check, king e2 check. And based on the match situation, this would have suited Ding, because then he would have won the Sinquefield Cup. If you try to run with king d2, bishop d8 is this brilliant move. At first I did not understand why you play this move and all of a sudden black is winning. It is because the queen on a5 is protecting the d5 square. You move the queen somewhere and you are not protecting d5 anymore. Queen b4, queen d5 check, king's in trouble, move the king, rook c2 check. And it's over. If you go king f1, queen g2 is mate. If you go bishop d2, a really nice move, a5, and this queen can no longer protect this bishop. Black is winning. Back to the game, queen takes a6 was played, knight d5, giving black the time to move the knight to the middle. Bishop a7, queen c7, rook c1, giving Ding the chance to go for a lot of play, beginning with queen takes c1 check. However, there was a possible variation beginning with bishop c6. Perhaps black was uncomfortable with rook c4, planning rook c1 and uncomfortable pressure on the c file. But there's a possible defense, queen d7, just getting out the way. You may be asking, why not rook c1? But the a3 pawn is the point. This is your deflection. a2 is now possible. You cannot take on c6 because you can take, and here we go, the deflection of just queening your pawn. You have to take and then queen takes c6. Black is much better, black is winning. Safer king, knight to f4, bishop taking on g5. Black has a dominating position. Back to the game, queen takes c1 check was played. Rook takes check, king h2, and now bishop to c6. Cutting off the queen, attacking the d6 pawn, because Ding, he wants to play bishop takes g5 next. Queen takes a3 played, and now bishop takes g5. Perhaps h4 was possible, but now black can play f5 and the king can come to f7. Queen c8 check, king f7, black is taking over. After queen takes a3, bishop takes g5, bishop can come to f4. Black has a nice position. Here Carlsen blundered with queen takes d6. Knight e2 was better, stopping the bishop coming to f4, which proved to be fatal for white. Now why is queen takes d6 a blunder? After bishop f4, the bishops are really controlling these two dangerous diagonals. After bishop c5, did black just blow it? Or does he have a move in mind? Backward moves are just so hard to see. After black's next move, Magnus fought for about 1 minute and then had to resign. Black now played the amazing knight e7. The only winning move in this position. Magnus resigned with a smile. Knight e7 is winning because rook h1, checkmate, you cannot stop. Instead of bishop c5, maybe Magnus could have delayed things with f3, but the g3 knight is now hanging. We can pick it up with rook c2 check, king g1, and then we can take it. Knight f4 is next, bishop h2 check can be next, it will be checkmate very soon. Knight e7, Magnus resigned. After queen takes e7, rook h1 is a beautiful checkmate. After f3, you can take it, still threatening checkmate. You can block in such a way, but then knight f5 and the pin on g3 tells. A spite check, king g7, and look at all of black's beautiful pieces around the white king. It will be checkmate very soon. Let's just show this very nice finish again. After queen takes e7, rook h1, checkmate. And this is how Ding won the Sinquefield Cup, beating Magnus in a playoff. Check out my next video here. This video consists of all the tactics, the key points that I thought were worth covering in a Sinquefield Cup compilation. Click right over here to watch this video. Click over here for another video.